sound.
I
stole your thunder.
Song.
Hey, hello.
Welcome to the Breakroom Bullshit episode. Michael Jordan.
Episode. Does he die of AIDS?
No,
Is that Magic Jordan?
I think he died from gambling debt.
That was Magic Jordan. I was thinking. All right, here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Wait.
Yeah, I'm not welcoming you. You're not welcome.
You're welcomed by Dave, but not by Gable. Gable wants all of you to shut up.
Yes.
You're mean, dude.
Yes,
mean,
I'm woken Gable.
We're still Shadow Band. How's it make you feel?
Indifferent at this point, I guess.
But won't it be great when we're not so you can actually get likes?
Yeah.
Kind of sucks.
I want to be liked.
Yeah, no one likes me. Hey, you go to our YouTube page.
Or don't.
That's not an option. You can't give them the choice.
Or our SoundCloud page.
No.
We're done with SoundCloud, I guess.
We're not. I did set it up though, so I'm no longer paying $15 a month.
You've been doing that still, man. I need to do something for you. I'm gonna make you.
I'm pointing at my wiener.
I will make a cake with a picture of your wiener on it.
I just want you to tell me it's big because I feel so bad about how small it is.
It's a Reese's Pieces size, so huge.
All right. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, please. Make sure you subscribe. Do it.
All right.
There's links to Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, Facebook, all that stuff on there. And follow us on Facebook, too. Everybody follow us on Facebook. That's a thing. People say that. They're like, hey, follow us on Facebook.
Breakroom BS on Facebook.
Probably.
I don't remember
if
it.
they click on the link, they'll get there.
I didn't even remember we even had a Facebook until you told me.
Yeah, it's all me. I run everything behind the scenes around here.
You are very talented.
Yeah, I need reassurance because there's a penny here. Hey, so didn't you do something with your dick or something? Wait, what was it? Oh, a booger. You got a booger story.
Oh, I had a booger story. So I went.
Wait, didn't that kind of ruin it that we said it's a booger story? That kind of just buried the whole end of the...
You buried the link. Well, anyway...
He has a story that has nothing to do with boogers. Go.
I went to buy Ashley's Valentine's Day gift, and I'm at K, getting wrung out by some nice lady. We'll say Janet.
That's K Jewelers.
Yeah, Janet's staring at me the whole time like I have a third fucking head or something. I'm like, what is this bitch staring at? And I'm done with that. I'm in the car on my way to work, and I'm just scratching my mustache under my nose and stuff. And there's this massive booger that was just in my hand. I'm like, this is what Janet was staring at. I figured it out.
I think it's so adorable you call that a mustache. It's so cute.
It's not a very good mustache. There's hair under my nose, and that's what was there.
There's a small amount of hair. Well, no, what's funny is at work tonight I had my... I was in the office doing stuff, and then I went late. I walked around, and I went to the bathroom, and I was like taking my tie off, and something fell in my hand. I was like, "What is this?" Like, "Oh, there's a booger right on my tie."
Oh yeah, Dave got struck by the booger queen.
Is that like a homosexual booger, or just
it's like the Tooth
queen
Fairy, but she comes around and puts boogers under your nose.
That sucks. Do you have to leave money for the boogers, or are they free?
I think you get nothing.
That's shitty.
Except boogers.
No, The Rock leaves you an autograph with a booger on it. That's who was in the movie The Tooth Fairy.
The Tooth Fairy, yes.
Yeah.
And then Larry the Cable Guy comes in, everyone's like, no, get away. Because the Tooth Fairy 2.
He's like, they paid me a lot less for the sequel. That didn't make any sense. Isn't he in Cars or something?
He's Mater.
The Rock?
No,
Larry
the Cable Guy.
Do you know that's like an act? He doesn't.
Yeah,
really...
he's not like that at all.
I assumed he was.
Why?
Why is that crazy?
You're right. I kind of assumed, I assumed it as well, but I wasn't surprised by it. And just I feel silly thinking back on the fact that I thought that though.
I don't.
All right, so if you're someone who shelters yourself from the news because you don't want spoilers, then you probably shouldn't be listening to our podcast to begin with.
We're spoiling everything. The news is going to be spoiled. Any of our real bullshit stuff we talk about will be spoiled. Our Avengers review will be spoiled. Spoilers. Everything will be spoilers, but it's time for some news.
can't make any more rape jokes. No one's going to listen to this for rape jokes.
And here we are with breaking news. A xenomorph raped a chicken.
Game over, man. It's game over.
It's time to duel.
That's going to be a quick cut. I'm going to have a fraction of a second to add that in there. I was like, it's time for the news. You instantly started talking. But I can do it. I work my magic, dude.
You're amazing.
I even somehow edit it whenever there's no place to edit. I make it happen anyway. The things I do to your voice on there, dude, you don't even know. You sound like a man after I'm done. It's great.
What?
Dude, Gable was just doing cocaine on the podcast.
Sick.
I'm not even kidding. He just snorted cocaine.
Real cocaine.
He's saying it to make you think it's not true, but it is.
It's real cocaine.
See, he's trying to trick you. Don't let it happen. It was actually cocaine. It was laced with alcohol.
No, Dave's so nice. Dave's a very sober person. So he's just. It's funny to listen to his naivety.
No, your cocaine. It was laced with Jim Dean. It was laced with Jim
Dean.
Is it Bean or
it's
Dean?
Jim Bean.
It's
Beam with a BEAM.
Like a beam of
Jim
light.
Beam.
Okay, at first I thought it was Jim Dean, and then I thought it was Jim Bean, and now I know it's Jim Beam.
Dude, I don't even drink scotch or whiskey or anything. You'd have to look that up. I'm pretty sure it's Beam though.
You would know better than I. Hey, you know what we should do? Didn't we say we were starting?
Beam's expensive.
Didn't we say we were starting the news, and then we started talking about beaners?
Dude,
Jim
we
Beam?
just talked about Venom for like 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's the memories going. In my old age,
Right.
the ripe old age of 59. Did I turn 59 yesterday?
Let's yeah. Come on, first article.
Why? Okay, here we go. It's time for some news again.
Tom Brady's in the Venom movie.
Tom Brady. Well, we're just going to talk about. Okay, this is the main thing I want to bring up. Oh, we talked about the Venom trailer. This is the main thing I wanted to talk about. I forgot to mention it to you.
Well, should we talk? Well, we haven't talked about the Venom trailer on the show.
Okay, what'd you think of the Venom trailer?
It didn't do anything. I don't hate it. Like, it's getting crucified on the internet for not showing Venom at all in it.
That's my main thing to talk about.
And that's not what's bothering me. It's just bothering me because it's not bothering me. It just did nothing for me, I should say.
Yeah, like, I was just like, oh, cool. This is like, it looks like it's going to be a superhero movie. Here's some things that are happening. But then it's like everyone online is like, they forgot that it's a teaser trailer.
Yeah.
A teaser trailer. Like, they shouldn't show Venom. It would be dumb.
I don't think they should have shown, like, if it's a teaser trailer, my ultimate teaser trailer, it would have there was like a million different shots of Tom Hardy doing action in that. And I'm like, just give me like a short little tease to what's the movie's even fucking about. I don't if you were to take out that one segment of the symbiote in the back of the truck and then the poster at the end, if you took that out, all you would know about this movie is that Tom Hardy's in an action movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
true.
I didn't know anything. I wouldn't know anything about it from that.
Yeah, your issue isn't that Venom wasn't in it. Your issue is there's no indication it's even a Venom movie.
Yeah,
yeah.
With the exception that that 2 seconds of the symbiote.
Dude, you were 3, so you don't remember when Spider-Man 3 came out. In the fucking trailer, they showed Venom in the trailer, and I'm like, he's barely even in the movie. Why'd they even show him in the trailer? It was stupid. But yeah, I think that when all the trailers are said and done, we should have one shot of Venom before we see the movie.
Just one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling you, I think that one shot should not even be a full shot. It's
I agree.
Like a silhouette that's panning up from the ground, and you just see over his shoulder or something.
Yeah, or
he's we are Venom.
Or he's in a shadow or something. Anything. Yeah, I completely agree. Should not completely show him. People are spoiled because trailers ruin everything.
I definitely want to hear the Venom voice before the movie.
So
I want to know if I should be expecting Tom Hardy talking in a Sean Connery accent throughout the movie.
What if it's just Tom Hardy talking normal? So Venom. Okay, let me read this. This is in the article. Venom will hail from Sony's Marvel's universe of characters and will not be a spin-off of the current MCU. However, Spider-Man is being played by Tom Holland in the movie.
Is that confirmed?
Dude, Tom Holland already filmed scenes for the movie.
That's confirmed?
Yeah, but what I read was that he's not Spider-Man, he's just Peter Parker in the movie.
Fine.
How is it not in the fucking MCU if he's fucking in the movie?
Dude, I don't know.
Okay, if they make it so this is not in the MCU and Tom Holland's in it, that's fucking stupid.
I would have to think with Tom Holland being in the movie that it's just a surprise that's getting ruined or something.
That's what I would think.
And they're doing an awful job at covering it up.
I can't remember if they said he was filming for 2 weeks or 2 days. I'm gonna guess 2 days because I can imagine it's 2 weeks of filming. But I don't know. On movies like this, the filming's a lot longer, so I guess it could be. But yeah, I don't know. Could it be something where it is connected, but they don't want to say it is because it's an R-rated movie?
Yeah, I think it's they want to have a distance from it. They'll still have it, so it'll be tied in, I think, but like there's no solid string connecting it. Does that make sense?
Except for Tom
Holland now.
Yeah.
But even then, that's like not much to go off of. You can, yeah.
So, what do you think of Rose Byrne is not going to be in Dark Phoenix?
No, not Rose Byrne.
You know who she is?
No.
She played Mora Magtaggart. She was
McTaggart.
Yeah.
Mora McTaggart.
Is that a name?
Yeah.
She played her, and I guess she's not going to be in it. Does that matter?
To me personally, no.
To anyone? No.
Maybe, I don't know.
No.
Maybe
maybe to her mom and dad.
I don't know. Whenever I was going back reading like old X-Men comics, like they had the Mara McTaggart character in it. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing the last name right, but
you said it with such confidence. You should have just pretended.
It felt right. It felt right. But I think that because it's like an older character, so like older fans of X-Men who are watching, they probably jumped off the movie bandwagon a long time ago. But
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
whatever. Never mind.
That's dumb anyway. So okay, let's talk about this. Joaquin Phoenix has agreed to play the Joker in the Origin movie that Todd Phillips will direct and Martin Scorsese will produce.
Holy shit.
Okay, wait.
Joaquin Phoenix? I don't think... What's he in, like... I know who he is, but like I can't think of something that I've seen him in.
Did you see Signs?
Yeah, okay.
That. However, negotiations with Warner Brothers and DC have yet to begin. Like, he's going to be in the movie and they've had no negotiations. Despite Phillips making it known that Phoenix is the top choice, Leonardo DiCaprio was previously considered but took himself out of the running. I found this interesting. Joaquin Phoenix has a history of turning down comic book roles. They wanted him to play the Hulk in the Avengers before Mark Ruffalo. Uh-huh. They wanted him to play Doctor Strange, and they wanted him to play Lex Luthor in Batman vs. Superman. He turned all of them down.
I wish he would have taken the Lex Luthor one.
Yeah, just because it wouldn't have been Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh my god, that's still like one of the worst castings ever.
So yeah, dude, Martin Scorsese produced Joker movie. That's interesting.
With Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'll give it a try.
Yeah. Michael Bay. Warner Brothers and DC have their eyes on Michael Bay to direct their long-in-development Lobo movie. They note that Bay met about the project and offered some notes that screenwriter Jason Fuchs will incorporate into a new draft, which they will present to Bay, hoping to make a deal.
Show me that name. Yeah, all right.
You're like, I'll accept it.
Close enough.
Now I wish I could go back in time and cross it out and write Fuchs. That would be even funnier. WB is also reportedly thinking of Lobo as their answer to the Deadpool franchise. Both characters are anti-heroes that developed a cult following in the 90s, and they both like to break the fourth wall with frequency. What's your opinion on that?
I don't have any experience for Lobo, and I have tried to find something. I'll go online and be like, what's a good Lobo story arc, and nobody has anything to say. I don't know. It might be one of those things where it's like Spawn, where it just got existed in the 90s and should stay there.
Did you ever see the live action Spawn movie?
No, but I tried to read the Spawn comics and I'm like, this is not holding up.
Yeah, I didn't. I saw the movie and didn't care about it. But
I'm interested to see what Todd McFarlane does with his version, but I'm sure it won't be that great.
I thought Todd McFarlane made the Spawn movie.
He's directing the new one.
I thought he did the other one.
I don't know maybe if he directed it.
Yeah, maybe he didn't. All right.
He co-invented Venom.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. That's interesting. It's time for some Star Wars news. You ready? You ready for some Star Wars news?
No.
Oh. It's That's all I got left, man.
All right, let's do it then.
All right, no, I don't. I have something else.
No, we can do Star Wars next.
Today, during an earnings call, Bob Iger announced there are a few Star Wars TV series in the works for their upcoming Disney streaming app. We are developing not just one, but a few Star Wars series specifically for the Disney app. We've mentioned that, and we are close to being able to reveal at least one of the entities that is developing that for us. Because the deal isn't completely closed, we can't be specific about that. I think you'll find the level of talent on the television front will be rather significant as well.
Ooh.
He's talking like they're going to have some names in that show.
Some big names.
I mean, even if you're like, who would turn down the Star Wars TV series?
No
as
one.
long as it's quality. This blows my mind.
Dude, actors line up to be like fucking like cameos where their faces don't even show up. Like Stormtrooper cameos.
Yeah, it's accurate.
Like Tom Hardy, fucking Daniel Craig. There's a shit ton of people who were in the last two movies.
Yeah, as long as it's not like some fucking knockoff, shitty, low-budget TV version of Star Wars, which at this point I don't think would happen.
No,
that's something that would happen years ago, but not now. But dude, listen to this shit. Okay, Lucasfilms has announced that David Benioff and D.B. Wise will write and produce a new series of Star Wars films for the company, which are separate from both the episodic Skywalker saga and the trilogy that Rian Johnson is developing.
Holy shit.
Dude.
I'm going to have to get a bigger box for all my Star Wars Blu-rays.
Okay, I think this is retarded. You currently have Episode 9, the Han Solo movie coming out, the other Solo movie, which is rumored to be Obi-Wan, Rian Johnson's trilogy, and now this at least trilogy. You have 9 fucking movies in development. This is too much. They want to be the Marvel Cinematic Universe and put out like 2 or 3 a year. I feel like that's what they're trying to do.
I see what you're talking about, yeah.
Like, it's getting ridiculous. Like, calm down.
I'm going to eat up every one of these movies.
Like, stop it. You're gonna, like...
yeah.
You go from having none to, like, fucking, like, you're gonna do at least 2 a year. Like, you're gonna oversaturate Star Wars. Like, calm down.
Yeah, that's very well a possibility.
I don't know, man. And they said it's a new series of movies, so not even necessarily just 3.
A series of movies.
Like, shit, man.
I don't even know what to think about that right now. You dropped the bomb on me right there.
So many movies. Fuck. And they gotta, like, I mean, people have loved the Skywalker saga for, what, the fucking 40 years now? Like, you're just starting to make movies that don't have Skywalkers in them. Granted, Rogue One was a success, yeah. But, like, you need to be careful, because none of these are going to be connected, and, like, you might lose a lot of fans. No Luke Skywalker? I don't care.
I'm not leaving.
No Han... Well, yeah, you're, like, a hardcore fan. But, like, I'm just saying, man, like, a lot of people are not going to have an interest, I think, in watching Star Wars with nothing they know from Star Wars.
I see what you're saying for sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
I agree with you. Am I complaining that I'm getting more Star Wars? Am I personally complaining? You're right. I'm a huge fan. So like,
yeah.
As long as it's quality content, I'm gonna fucking enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Hopefully, this doesn't suck. I was like doing the Rian Johnson trilogy. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Start a new series, take a new direction. But now you're doing another one on top of that. Like, it's crazy. And you would think they're still going to do episode 10.
Dude, it's like we did our podcast every week, right? It fucking takes up a lot of your time especially, but my time as well.
Yeah.
It's like we were like, okay, well, we'll start doing another, like, full-length podcast that's a 2-hour show. That's a bit of a stretch already. Now, basically what they're doing is adding a third full-length podcast on top of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like you said, though, it's like you're going to get more Star Wars, but hopefully it's not just like, let's just keep putting out Star Wars, come on, more Star Wars, and it's like, don't even care about quality.
I think they should just, instead of putting out more movies, just put out, like, extra high-quality content in the TV show.
Wait, and they're doing 3 series! They're doing 9 more movies and 3 fucking series,
You didn't even think about that right now, did you?
I honestly thought about it before when I was talking to Ben about this. But then I completely forgot that point. I was like, dude, and on top of all these movies, there's at least 3 series in development. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
It's so much Star Wars.
I love it.
They are really just fucking milking this cash cow like crazy.
I love it, but I'm definitely worried about the future of the franchise because of it.
Well, on a similar note, let's talk some Child's Play.
Yeah.
Smooth transition. We're getting a Child's Play TV series, folks. The TV show comes to us from Don Mancini, who wrote the screen... Oh, Don Mancini. And it's being produced by David Kirshner. Mancini told the site that he and David Kirshner are in development on a Child's Play series, and that the series was deliberately set up at the end of the last movie.
Really?
And that the tone is dark and disturbing.
So we're not going to get another movie. We're just going to get the series.
That's what it sounds
I'm okay
like.
with that.
Me too.
Where's this? Where are we getting this at? Do we know or no?
I feel like it's too early for that. I don't think they know where they're going to do it.
See who picks it up.
Yeah. Brad Dourif is coming back to play Chucky, which is good. No one should do his voice but Brad Dourif. He's done his voice from the first fucking movie. And they said that it is not a reboot. It's just a continuation of the story, which is really cool. Okay. Don Mancini and David Kirshner, they wrote and produced Seed of Chucky.
Didn't they also do all the other ones?
Yeah.
You're going to trick me. Is that what the bad news was?
The bad news is they did Seed of Chucky and Bride of Chucky, but the good news is they've done every movie.
So this was the good and bad news.
Yeah.
I already knew... I'm sorry, I already knew the answer.
Why are you... You're ruining it more.
I'm sorry.
But the more you apologize, the more I look stupid.
Oh.
I deserve this.
You suck.
Oh, that wasn't...
Was that better than apologizing?
I have to let it sink in for a bit. Oh, my head hurts. What happened up there? Oh, it's a mark or something. It feels like a dent in my head.
You're being a dick.
What happened? What are you talking about?
What happened there?
I just find it funny that the same guy wrote all of those movies.
Dude, I don't believe it.
Yeah, like, what the hell?
I think I remember even asking him, like, what happened here? And there's just no explanation.
No.
He just went off the rails one day.
He went nuts. Solo trailer, that's not in here.
You know what it could have been? Studio request.
Studio involvement.
That's the only thing that could come that could ruin something like that.
The studio ruined. I put up air quotes. Ruined Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3. It's the studio's fault. They made him put Venom in it.
Why did you put it in quotations?
Because I don't think it was ruined.
Spider-Man 3?
Yeah, I liked the movie a lot.
You still liked it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But everyone else says it was ruined.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean, I thought it would have been better without Venom, but I still thoroughly enjoyed the movie. But, oh yeah, the Solo trailer. Not like the Solo movie trailer.
Oh.
No, the Lando trailer, I mean.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
I'm excited, dude. I'm excited for the Lando movie.
So what did you think when you watched the trailer?
Childish Gambino. That's all I thought.
I literally was like, meh.
Yeah, I agree with you. With the exception of like seeing Childish Gambino or Donald Glover in his full attire.
Yeah.
There really wasn't much for me to chew on.
I talked to Tito and Ben. They're all just like, it did nothing for me, man. Like, I was like, okay, it's still a Han Solo movie, I guess. Whatever.
It did more for me than the fucking Venom trailer, I can assure you of that.
Yeah. Well,
if I had to rate the Venom trailer, I'd give it like... I told John I was like three star. Well, Sparkle Dogs for us. 3 Sparkle Dogs for that. I was talking in his terms. That's why 3 Sparkle Dogs at best.
Yeah,
and that was generous. But I'd probably give Lando maybe like a 5. 5, yeah.
I give it a 5. It didn't make me not want to see it, but it didn't really make me want to see it.
I keep saying Lando like as a joke. It's a joke, everyone, because he stole the trailer for me.
Yeah, it is a Lando movie. But my only concern with this movie is because, okay, Rogue One had basically no characters from the series. Like, that mattered.
Yeah.
With any history. My concern in this movie is they're going to do things and you're going to, like, for example, Han Solo, let's just say, I'm throwing this out there, Han Solo worked for the Empire for like 5 years before he, became a pirate. Like, why did this not come up when they're fighting the Empire for 3 movies? You know what I mean? Like, I'm concerned about this.
I found out that, I guess in the old canon, that it was common practice for rebels to join the Empire for a limited period of time to learn how, like, flight and stuff like that, and then they'd quit.
Yeah. But he's not a rebel.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
Like, I just find it silly that, like, he joins up with, like, Luke and Leia and these people, and he's dealing with the Empire for 3 movies, and he's never just like, man, it never comes up that he worked for them for a long period of time. I'm not saying this happens. Yeah. This is just an example. Like, I don't want them to do stuff where you're like...
Oh, okay, yeah, I got you.
I don't want them to do shit like... Where I got into an argument with someone else about this, that, you know who... their developments on today. I got into an argument with someone else about this, and I was like, I think because he mentioned that he worked for the Empire. I'm like, that's stupid. I'm like, if he worked for the Empire for like a long period of time, if it's like a week, whatever. But if he worked for him for a long period of time, that's dumb. And he's like, why? I'm like, because it doesn't make any sense that these things happen to him that pertain to what's happening in the movie.
It never came up before. Yeah, I'm completely following.
I'm like, it doesn't follow continuity. And he's like, well, I mean. And he started complaining about, like, well, that doesn't matter. It's like, well, I'm like, well, he's taught, and I'm like, dude, here's the thing. If you are taking the responsibility to make this Han Solo movie, it's your fucking responsibility to make sure it remains in continuity with the other ones.
How do you feel that it's continuity that he had a wife before?
What do you mean?
It's canon that he's been married before.
Yeah, it's never been in the movies.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, in the recent comics, he's been married before, but I guess, I think because I read that arc, and I think it was part of, like, some plan he had to, like, just get rich off the royalty or something. Even
if he's been married before, it's like, they didn't really delve a whole lot into their romance other than the fact that they like each other. But, yeah, I don't know. That's my only concern. I feel like I'm going to sit there and watch the movie and be like, really? Like, he fucking murdered Darth Vader, and then Darth Vader came back to life, and this was never mentioned? Yeah. Like, some crazy thing, you know what I mean? I'm like, this is dumb. Yeah. That's a concern for me. But yeah, the trailer was meh. What other trailers came out? There was a new Jurassic World one, which I think you didn't see, right?
Fuck yeah, I forget to watch that.
It didn't do anything for me either.
I didn't say that. You said it didn't do anything for me either.
I meant as, like, the first one didn't.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say that, but that's what I meant.
Gotcha.
Because the first one did nothing, and neither did this one.
Okay.
I feel in the same position. I guess that's all for the news. You have anything else?
Isn't there another trailer?
Well, I mean, why don't you think about it and then speak up?
Deadpool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that Dave only watched a portion of.
I don't want shit ruined.
Fair enough. Whatever.
I just watched the funny part where he was breaking walls. He was
the Toy Story gimmick.
It was really funny. The jab at Henry Cavill's mustache.
Yeah, oh my god, dude, it's so funny.
That was funny.
And he's like, fine, I'll do it myself to fix the CGI and stuff.
It was really funny. Really, really funny.
I want to discuss some of the other stuff that's in there.
That's too bad.
I can't even do it at all, huh? Or else you get mad.
Is it going to spoil stuff?
What if I told you that someone has more hair than they did before?
We need to do something here.
I'm pretty fucking close.
Well, now you are. Calm down. Yeah. You're getting all up in it.
What if I told you someone has more hair than they did before?
Stop it. Let's just move on. That's the end of the news, everyone.
Deadpool has golden locks.
Is there anything else, or is that it?
No, it doesn't. That's not true.
No, I meant like of news.
Oh,
I really thought he had golden locks. You tricked me. How accurate do you think the synopsis of that movie is?
Did you read it?
I read it a long time ago.
It's so funny.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Not at all.
Oh, we're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna be back with this week's real bullshit with our brand new opening for the segment.
Oh no!
Oh, it's gonna be good. All right, we'll be back.
The dripping pop syrup.
What? Dude, that fuckers me so bad.
Yeah.
Did you ever figure it out? No, I'm recording. Let's do this.
Oh.
Welcome back, everyone.
Oh wait, am I supposed to rap now?
No, we're gonna record that separately. I'm just gonna edit it in.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Behind the scenes Jones right here. Letting them in. Alright, here we go.
No.
It's time for this week's real bullshit.
Oh no. We're Breakroom Bullshit, the podcast masters. We ain't afraid of lightsabers or blasters. We're famous as shit, we got 5 or 6 fans. Plus we fight crime and kill the Ku Klux Klan. Gable's dropping knowledge and expertise, while Dave's jerking off to Asian street meat.
Yeah.
We're well aware this rap makes no sense. Hell in a Cell is made of chain link fence. Anyway, back to the point of this rap. We need an intro for the stupid bull crap. Nah, I'm just kidding. This segment is bomb. My rhyming skills just suck a big dong. Now it's time for some real bullshit. Alexa Bliss has a restraining order on us.
Whiner babies.
I'm gonna have a significant break this time.
You ready?
I'm gabling it up over here and coughing all over everything. All right. Oh yeah, what do I have for this? We're doing terrible right now. I forgot what I have.
Why did we start recording?
No, I'm ready. Are you ready?
What do you mean you forgot what you have?
To go over for the real bullshit.
Cloverfield.
Well, I got other stuff too.
Can we just do it?
Cloverfield?
Yeah, let's just do it. I just want to tear into it like a rabid dog and a piece of meat.
You're hot.
Yes.
We watched the Cloverfield Paradox. I want you to sit on my lap.
Okay.
Dude, you're not close enough to me.
All right.
You need to be inside me.
Inside of you.
Yeah. We watched the Cloverfield Paradox, everyone.
Yes.
So how do you feel about them just releasing it fucking...
Dude.
Okay, no one... After you were like, no one understands how crazy this is.
Dude, I was at work. This is the night of the Super Bowl, obviously. I'm at work. And there's like 8 people gathered around me because we're bored because no one's showing up because the fucking Super Bowl is going on.
Working hard.
Yeah. And there's like 8 people gathered around me, and I see your text, and I'm like, dude, everyone, the Cloverfield movie's coming out tonight. And everyone's just like, oh, that's pretty cool, I guess. I'm like, what? What?
I spent the first hour of my shift going up to every single person the next day and being like, how are you not excited that this happened? And wanted an explanation.
Dude, I had to look for Mike. Mike was the only one who was excited. I'm like, Thank God for you.
I'm like, how do you not understand? Like, this is a major movie, a major release, and there is not even a fucking title yet. No footage whatsoever. And they're just like, the movie's available tonight. Go watch it. What?
That's mind blowing. Anyone who does not think that's like an insane marketing strategy is like,
they're a bunch
dead.
Of they're a bunch of assholes.
They're dead inside.
They're not even alive anymore.
Dead inside.
They're not even alive anymore.
Dead.
Well, I keep trying to push my glasses up, but they're not there.
They're not there.
I have contacts.
Your glasses are dead.
They're dead inside.
Dead inside.
So first of all, yeah, there's that. The fact that they just put it on Netflix the same fucking night they released the teaser, that blows my mind. Now let's just talk about some notes about them. Do you have any notes or no?
My notes are... My first note is I genuinely, and you also agree with me, do not understand the incredible amount of hate for this movie that's going on.
People despise it.
I can understand whenever a movie is bad that there is a larger group of people who don't like it. But like when I went online, it seemed like everybody, there was like maybe 1% of people who liked it. But like 99% of people were like, this is the worst thing that ever come out ever. I'm like, why?
I went online right after I watched it that night, and like every article is just like Cloverfield Paradox failure, but I'm like, everyone is just bashing it. I'm reading reasons why people liked it and it made no sense to me. I'm like, I don't even understand what you're talking about as to why you didn't like this movie.
Yeah,
it got fucking destroyed, and everything was just like, this was released on Netflix because they knew it was going to make no money because it sucked, so they just instantly put it on Netflix. I'm like, I guess. I'm like, I thought it was great, but whatever.
Yeah, I do. Like I said, I can understand people not liking a movie or thinking this movie particularly just subpar. But like to say it's like an abomination, like how they're describing it, is just mind blowing.
I would have been surprised if it had 50% on Rotten Tomatoes. Would it have?
It had like 16 when I checked it the other night.
I'd have been surprised with 50% because I'm like, this is a good movie. Half the people hated it.
Yeah.
The fuck.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing about Rotten Tomatoes is, like, if every critic gives it 4 stars out of 10, then it will have a 0.
Yeah. We implore that everyone boycotts Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes is garbage. I mean...
Go onto their website, email them, and say they're fucking pieces of shit, and you're going to destroy them. Don't threaten them.
I understand why people, like, use it. Like, if you're someone who's not an average moviegoer, you go to the movie like once or maybe twice a month, and you're like, I am only using $10 on a movie this month, I wonder what movie I'm going to see. And you're not like if you're gonna look for reviews and like Rotten Tomatoes is a pretty like widely known one.
Yeah.
And you're gonna not want to waste your $10.
Yeah.
So.
I just don't get why so many people hated it. It blew my mind.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the dude from Gotham on that screen giving the exposition when they're on the station, and he's just basically talking about what could happen, and
then tries to plug his book to sell it.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it because when I heard that, I'm like, this is getting me interested. I wonder if something's going to happen. Obviously, I'm like the possibilities he's mentioning. This could be really cool. I liked it. I thought it was blatant exposition, but I was fine with it.
Yeah, whenever it came on, like okay, so I'm watching the movie. There's the stuff with her in the car, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And then this comes on, I'm like, oh shit, this is how it's all gonna tie in.
Yeah. I liked it a lot. And dude, people were destroying that.
Yeah.
They were like, it was so dumb. I'm like, why? I'm like, I don't understand what's the problem.
I don't know, dude. I have no idea.
Dude, okay, and this is not an exaggeration. From the moment they started the experiment, like, I was, like, hooked on this movie. I found myself just, like, watching it like this. I'm just, like, just staring at the screen, like, zoned in, like, man, like, for so long into the movie, I'm just like so fucking into. I'm like, dude, this is so like just want to know what's gonna happen. I think also a lot of the mystery of what it was is what like kept me so intrigued too.
Dude, like Cloverfield, you don't really know like why anything happened. There's like you said, there's mystery to it, and that's kind of what's interesting about it is because you're like you can look for details and maybe piece together stuff yourself or come up with your own theories.
Yeah.
Same thing with 10 Cloverfield Lane. In this movie as well, you don't have solid answers, and I think a lot of people wanted solid answers about like oh, this is exactly what happens. Like no, the mystery is what's making these movies interesting.
Yeah. Like, I enjoyed the mystery of not knowing what was happening on the station. Like, before they even explained it was like universes colliding. I'm like, why is this shit going down? Like, why is this dude's eye moving everywhere? Like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Like, and I thought it was extremely well written. I thought it was edited great to keep it, like, intense and fast-paced. And I thought the acting was great, too. I thought it was great. Did you catch the Slosh Show reference?
The Slush Show?
Slosh Show?
Whatever. Yeah. I have a note in here that it's really cool that like because it was just on Slush Show was just like on a guy's shirt or something, right, in the first one.
I know that it's one of the companies that like it ties more into the viral marketing.
From my understanding, like it's just like like their version of like Icy.
Yeah, like basically the company that. Okay, and you know how in the first one something falls at the end. And like in the background?
In the background, yeah.
Yeah. Like that's supposed to be a satellite owned by this Tarnagua guy or something. And he owns this company that's like Slush Show is a subsidiary of the company. Like it ties into like the whole like marketing of it. And apparently that's the same guy who financed the space station too.
Dude, that's an incredible Easter egg that they have something fall in the background like that.
Yeah. And another Easter egg, did you catch the Kelvin? Which this is more of an Abrams Easter egg, I guess. Like the gas station was called Kelvin.
Kelvin?
Yeah.
I think so. I think yeah.
Apparently, I guess what it is
his grandfather.
Yeah, his name is his grandfather's name.
Melvin.
And because Kelvin was the name of the ship in Star Trek.
Are you sure it wasn't Melvin?
It's definitely Kelvin.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the name of the ship in Star Trek.
Oh, because it's called the Kelvin timeline, right?
Yeah, in Star Trek.
I knew it.
Yeah,
so smart.
You knew it wasn't Melvin. That's a dumb name.
I knew a Star Trek thing.
You're
that
smart.
It was the timeline name. That's what I'm.
I'm not gonna lie, that impressed me.
Yes,
it did.
I'm impressive.
It did that because they never say that in the movies. That's something you gotta learn just by reading up.
Yeah. I missed the note that I had about the guy from Gotham. Did you catch? I didn't catch this at all. Another thing that Mike told me after he watched it is that the writer's last name, the Gotham guy, his last name is the same last name as John Goodman's character in 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I did not catch that.
Yeah.
That's a really cool Easter egg.
People were theorizing that like they're brothers or something online.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I didn't catch that at all. One of my favorite parts of this whole movie is when the fucking airlock door breaks off and she instantly gets turned into an ice cube.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I thought that was so fucking cool because I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, it's going to break open and she's going to get sucked out into space with all the water. And then she freezes and I'm like, I guess that is what would happen. That's pretty cool.
I've never seen anything like that in a sci-fi movie, and that was a very interesting, new effect on the space and whatnot.
It's funny because I was talking to, I don't know if it was Ben or Mike, but I was talking to someone about it, and I was talking about how cool, because I'm like, that's what would happen. He was like, yeah, I was watching. I was like, would that really happen? And he went up online, and he's like, yeah, that's exactly what would happen, because it's so cold.
It's so cold. As soon as one part of it got cold, like right next to it would get just as cold.
Yeah,
and travel.
It instantly freeze. Yeah, and I was like, it was so cool, because I wasn't expecting it all. I like that a lot. Let's see. This confused the fuck out of me. I didn't understand why they needed 3 people to go and decouple that ring after it was damaged. Because he was like, we need to have 3 of us go. And I'm like, okay. And they all just walk over to it and don't do anything.
Oh, yeah.
And then the guy, I also didn't understand why he had to kill himself. She's like, we can remotely do this. He's like, no, just get back. I'm like, why?
Yeah,
I didn't. That whole sequence confused me.
Yeah, I can't explain it, but I really didn't question it.
Really?
I was just kind of watching it and being like, I don't know. I was in the moment.
It's understandable. I just didn't get it. I was like, I don't understand. I think what happened initially was I didn't get where they were in the station and where they were going, and I was trying to think about that.
That I did think about. I'm like, I don't understand what they're trying to fix right now.
Yeah, and that's what got me thinking more. Like, you were just like, okay, and you kind of moved on and kept getting back into it. I kind of got stuck on that and made me think about more things, because like my head's it's dumb. I get hit in the head. The head's broke.
Let's see. The ice thing.
I really liked that Jensen turned on them to betray them all to save her own world, because I'm like, dude, it makes sense. Like, why wouldn't she try to save her own planet?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It
like,
makes perfect sense.
Yeah, because the other girl, Hamilton, she was going up there. The only reason she went is because her planet was going to die, so she was going to do anything it took.
Wait a second. So the planet. Okay, so in the other movie, that's where the satellite crashed in the regular Cloverfield.
I shook my head. Yes.
Yeah, everyone can see. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the satellite doesn't crash in the Cloverfield Paradox.
No.
Earth, but it crashes in the other Cloverfields. Dude, it's really confusing.
I'm discussing all that at the end here. Okay. I have a lot to say about that.
I'm getting ahead.
Yeah. I love head.
How did you feel about the overall chemistry of the group?
I liked it.
I liked it a lot. I compared it to the Alien. Alien, the chemistry.
It really had kind of an Alien feel too.
It did, especially with the crew members.
Yeah, I liked all the characters. I liked their interactions. I liked all that stuff. I thought it was great.
Alien, Life. I think it did had a better crew than Life.
I would say so too.
I mean, the actors in Life obviously better because Ryan Reynolds is
he's pretty great. He's pretty great. This is probably the main issue I have with this movie. My main issue with this movie is basically the cop-out explanation of why everything's happening on the ship. It's just like, the universes are converging, so it's chaos. And now we can do anything we want. And I'm like, it's kind of a really lazy explanation. It's just like, it reminds me of Interstellar, where I was like, nothing made sense, but it's super advanced humans from the future doing it, so it doesn't have to make sense. I'm like, that's kind of lame.
Yeah, for Interstellar, it's especially lame considering how much people fucking blow. What's his name?
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan, yeah.
Graham. Yeah. Anyway.
What were we talking about?
The cop-out explanation.
Yeah. The way that was kind of happening is a very comic, or I should say, superhero comic book type thing, because they do shit like in that secret wars storyline that Marvel did. That's what they did. They converged the different universes together to make it into one storyline again.
Yeah.
Or convergence for DC. They do shit like that all the time to help so there's not different timelines. It's all just moving forward. They can work off of one timeline. So I think if you look at this movie especially since it's a Netflix movie and wasn't a theatrical release, if you look at this movie as like a midway marker in between movies, or like Cloverfield like 2.5 or Cloverfield like 0.5 or something.
Yeah.
Then it's a lot easier to enjoy. But if you look at this, I can see why people would be frustrated with this as the third movie in the franchise.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like they were just like, so we want to do all these cool things. How do we explain this? Or like, just say the universes collided and whatever.
Yeah, no, I
don't. That's kind of like, I'm not a fan of things like that. Like, I feel like you could have come up with something way better than just an overall explanation for all of the things.
It seemed like a story. Like, I'm not knocking at the story. Like, I'm not being harsh. I'm not criticizing the story like too negatively here. But like, it seemed like, you know how they have comics that are like canon to a movie franchise or a TV series, and they're like not as important stuff. It felt like one of those types of storylines where it has an explanation to stuff and it corrects some sort of like minor continuity issues. Yeah, but it's not like a big thing.
Yeah, because you're like, okay, the universes collided, so she shows up in the wall. That makes sense because she's from the other universe. Yeah, universes collided, so his arm fell off. Universes collided, so his eyeball's retarded. You know what I mean? Like, the universes collided, so, like, it's like the metal stuff turns into fucking the symbiote and is grabbing people. It's like,
Well, yeah, the metal stuff I feel like it was kind of set up for, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because you see, like, the 2 times before that he uses it, and you're like, oh, that's a really cool fucking material that they...
I thought it was something where it was being magnetically pulled, which is what it seemed like, because all the stuff on him he had was metal got shot onto the wall. Remember that? Yeah. So I was like, okay, and then it started coming towards him, and then it started pulling him back. I'm like, this is the weirdest magnet of all time. It just stopped pulling it towards it, and now it's going the other way. I don't know.
You've never seen Big Hero 6, but there's this technology called nanobots in Big Hero 6.
I've seen Big Hero 6.
You haven't seen Big Hero 6.
I watched it with my mom's, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No way. So you know the nanobots then? No.
I think I've seen it.
So
he stole them from the kid.
Yeah,
right?
He stole them.
I did see the movie.
They're just little micro robots that like they using your brainwaves, or I guess in the movie I'm making the comparison using like a some sort of technology like an iPad or whatever they're using. Yeah, it gives them a signal on what to create. So that's kind of what I assumed was happening, is that it was each of the little microscopic, like, tiny robots were just, like, being given instruction on how to fix a certain item. Yeah. That's how I understood that technology.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, it was the main problem I had, but it didn't make me not like the movie. I'm just like, that's kind of lame, but moving on, you know? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna get into like the overall connections with this in the universe. You have anything else before that?
Oh boy,
that's where I'm headed next.
What about like other tie-ins between the movies?
No, that's what I'm getting to right now.
Hold on, I'll save that. Are we still tackling like plot and stuff then? Yeah. Well, I really enjoyed the body horror of her being trapped in the wall to even begin with. Yeah. I thought that was really well done. The flesh, like, stretching out around the bars and wires, I thought were really cool.
I agree with that. I was kind of like, why are they opening this? Something screaming.
Dude, I agree. Like, that was a really dumb decision.
Yeah, I was like, I wouldn't... I mean, I guess they have to figure out what it is somehow, but they didn't seem prepared.
Yeah, no.
They didn't have weapons or anything. No. I was like, okay.
I would have, like, at least have, like, Chris O'Dowd have, like, one of the tools ready to, like, strike the thing down with.
Something.
But aside from that, the only issue I had with the movie, at least storyline-wise, was her husband, whenever he was saving that kid. I feel like there is no payoff with that kid story.
I didn't think of that, but you're not wrong at all.
There's like
other than the loose, lame, like, hey, look, 10 Cloverfield Lane, he's in a bunker, and I'm like, I don't care.
Dude, what they should have like had. I don't know. I agree with you. Like the bunker thing was kind of like very loose and not a great Easter egg.
Yeah, like why did you care about it if like when you find out her parents are fine? Or I'm like, yeah, like what was the point of it?
Her parents were fine. The bunker wasn't even the same bunker from 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Well, I mean,
I don't know. I think there's nothing for me there.
Like, he served a purpose because at the end he's like, wait, did you tell her what she's coming back to? But the story with him and the girl meant nothing.
I agree.
Yeah.
And he was also a general motivation for her as well. But yeah.
Okay, so this right here is why I hate J.J. Abrams. Are you ready for this?
How much did he even have to do with this movie? I thought he took his name off the movie.
No, he produced
Maybe
the
that's
movie.
the next movie.
Okay, he did... This is the same thing he did with 10 Cloverfield Lane, okay? But it's even worse, because he just recently said in a Q&A that he didn't even figure out how he was tying this into the Cloverfield movies until they were already fucking filming the movie. They're already filming it, and he still had no idea how he was making a Cloverfield movie.
Do you believe him?
I mean, that's what he said. Why would he just make that up?
See, the thing is...
Because it makes him look like a fucking douchebag.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, okay, in 10 Cloverfield Lane, they took another script and made it a Cloverfield movie. Here's a nutty idea. Write a fucking Cloverfield movie.
Yeah.
Stop fucking taking other people's fucking scripts and making them a Cloverfield movie. Write or hire someone to make a fucking Cloverfield movie.
Or at least, like, if you're going to take the idea of a movie, write a completely new script with your ideas intertwined rather than...
Do something!
I agree.
Why do you keep taking people's other scripts and being like, that'll be Cloverfield? It's like the laziest fucking thing I've ever fucking heard of in my life.
Now, did it bother you that he, like, as a fact did this, or did it bother you, like, while watching the movie, you were like, oh, that was shoehorn, that's a shoehorn?
No, because they actually... One of the reasons I heard that it went so far, because it was a $40 million movie, which I guess went way over budget, was because they spent so much money doing the things that tied into the Cloverfield universe. I guess they spent a lot of extra money, but as I watched it, I didn't know this. I just knew he did the same thing with 10 Cloverfield Lane. When I watched 10 Cloverfield Lane, I went into it knowing that too, and I was like, this is a really good movie, but... If 10 Cloverfield Lane had been connected, it would have been a completely different story.
See, the weird thing about 10 Cloverfield Lane is, like, there's, like, no tie-in whatsoever until the end.
Dude,
this is like...
But the end doesn't even tie it in. That's what pisses me off. The end of 10 Cloverfield Lane, there's, like, aliens. There isn't the monster from the first one.
Yeah, no,
the only tie is
exactly.
It's a monster. So
Sorry.
when I watch 10 Cloverfield Lane, I'm watching and I'm like, I'm already pissed that it's not connected to it, because I knew this wasn't connected either. But in 10 Cloverfield Lane, I finished it and I'm like, that was a great movie, but fuck that movie because it had nothing to do with Cloverfield. If they did connect it, I'd have been like, that's stupid they did that, but it was really cool that they connected it.
Dude,
it had nothing.
I completely agree with you. The only thing that I'm looking for an explanation, because I told you I like the mystery of, like, all of this, the only thing that I'm going to be looking for an explanation from the next movie is, like, maybe some sort of, like, connection between the aliens and the monsters. Like, they send the monsters in to, like, fucking wipe out the current residents of the planet, so they can, like, openly terraform the planet or something.
Here's my problem with this. Like, okay, clearly the end of that movie was not the first Cloverfield movie.
No, the timelines are all sorts of fucking weird.
The monster was fucking massive, so it's clearly not the same monster from the first one. It could have been if it was years later, because they say in the first one it was a baby, or J.J. Abrams or someone said it was a baby. So it could have been, but it's like, this movie is taking place at the same time as the first one. At the exact same time. Mm-hmm. Because, did you see the teaser for it before you watched the movie?
I didn't, dude. I went into this movie cold, except for the fact that it was coming out that night.
So did I. I didn't watch the teaser. But even as I watched the movie, when you're watching it, it's very clearly implied the explosion he sees was the same one from the first one. When there's that explosion that they see in New York. When you watch the teaser, they show the footage from Cloverfield, they show the explosion, and then they show that dude looking at the same explosion. And so it's clearly supposed to be at the same time. So the timeline makes no sense whatsoever. Everyone's like, oh, well, these are all just a bunch of different universes. I'm like, well, then did they really tie anything in at all? If you're just like, these are all just parallel universes and nothing's really connected?
Yeah, I guess it really isn't a tie-in as much as it is like, tying together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the next one takes place during World War II. The one that comes out later this year, which is crazy. Another one comes out in October. That's fast as fuck. Which is going to be a theatrical release, I read. They're going to put it out in theaters, the next one. But someone I read online, which I think is a cool theory, but I don't even know if that's accurate because of all the parallel universe shit, was that they said there was a rip in space-time. They did say space-time. So all these monsters could have got just thrown into our universe throughout history. which is why there would be a World War II one, because monsters got thrown there because of this rip in space-time. And I was like, well, that can be cool. Maybe this Cloverfield monster got sent to, like, the first movie in the past, and that's why it's grown up. But it took place at the same time. They could have had it be a sequel to the first one. You know what I mean? They could have done it, but they didn't. And I'm like... And I was hoping throughout the whole movie that it was going to end with that satellite coming down in the background being the time. I'm like, that would be so cool if that satellite you see at the very end of the first movie in the background is this space station or something from the space station coming down. But they couldn't do it because actually right after I saw it, that Abrams said that thing at the end of the first Cloverfield was nothing but an Easter egg for fans of the viral marketing campaign. It wasn't even like... supposed to be anything. And he also said that Cloverfield Monster was a fucking sea creature that was just underwater. So it's like, now it's just like, well, is it from another dimension, or was it just under the water chilling for a while? And it's like...
If it makes you feel any better, there's like a recorded track record of him like straight up just lying to people about the Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Like he
lied about Star Trek too.
He could very well like know the actual like what he is doing and just lies constantly so that you don't know what to believe.
I honestly think that it's not that. I think that it's just like they made Cloverfield and they're just like, make another one, and they're just doing it as they go. I don't think there's any plan. I really don't. I don't think there's any plan, and I think that's why it's just like there's so much just like, that doesn't make any sense, this doesn't make any sense, because I feel like they made this movie and they were like, let's try to tie it in with the first one. This wasn't like a plan ahead of time. I really don't think it was. I really don't. I just think that they just made this movie and they just tried to tie it into the first one. But I just wish they would do a better job of tying everything together.
I think you're right though. I don't think that it was planned at all. Well, I mean, it is pretty like well known. I'm just saying I agree with what is the open fact.
Yeah. Like, I didn't know this either. I just read that Cloverfield was initially supposed to be just an anthology of movies that weren't really connected. And I'm like, when did they say this? Because I saw the first two and I never read this anywhere.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, that's stupid then, because if that's the case, then perhaps you should tell people that before you make a fucking sequel that's not going to be connected. So I don't know. I like that they tried to connect it. I like seeing the monster at the end, but I'm like, I just wish they would have like made it more connected and make more sense than... It's kind of just like the same cop-out explanation of like, well, it's just a bunch of multiple universes and multiple times, so it doesn't need to make any sense at all.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, what if when like maybe like 3 Cloverfield movies down the line, we'll say it's the last Cloverfield movie,
and everything's tied together.
Everything just like magically makes like amazing sense. Like,
and then this is what'll happen. I'll be like, fine, okay.
Fine,
whatever.
I guess I'll eat crow on this one.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. It's just because they went through and fixed all their bullshit. It still wasn't planned out.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Fair enough.
But, dude, I liked it a lot. How many Sparkle Dogs you giving this movie?
Dude, initial reaction, I was really excited at the end of this movie just because I enjoyed it a lot.
Dude,
and
I'm the exact same way.
And they even tricked me at the end with the monster roaring and everything. It was just like really fucking badass.
Yeah.
Like, I had to tell myself to pull back on the reins a little because I was gonna. I even had in my notes 10.
We really had the exact same experience because I watched it. I'm like, this is so cool, and then I went online and started reading. I'm like, oh,
yeah. Not
the reaction, but just reading about the whole things and how things weren't really as explained as I thought. And I'm like, oh,
yeah.
So what did you end up giving it?
With all the geeking out in mind, I was gonna go down to 7, but just to spite the people who hate the movie, I'm probably gonna give it an 8.
All right, I am giving it 8 Sparkle Dogs.
Nice.
I'm doing just what Gable did. I had 7, but fuck you people who didn't like this movie because it was great.
Fuck them.
Fuck them. So it gets 8. 8 Sparkle Dogs. All right, that's Cloverfield Paradox. We have some other stuff to talk about.
I mean, nothing that I got too invested in.
I'm the same way.
I was gonna try to watch another episode of Dirty Money. Things were a little tight on time for me this week. I barely got what I was supposed to finished. I tried an episode of Altered Carbon. Really fucking cool TV series or Netflix series, I should say. It has, if you're a fan of the Blade Runner series at all, I highly recommend checking this out.
You were describing it to me, and before you even mentioned it, I'm like, this sounds like Blade Runner.
Yeah,
like the universe.
So there's some terminology you should know before I start talking are sleeves and stacks. Stacks are these like nano chips that go in the vertebrae at the back of your neck. That pretty much it's your consciousness inside of there. So if your sleeve, I'm describing sleeve now. If your sleeve, which is your body, gets destroyed, as long as your stack doesn't get destroyed, it can be transferred into a new sleeve.
So basically, you can have a new body.
Yeah. So if you get in a shootout with a bunch of cops, they're going to put you in Alcatraz. But Alcatraz is just basically them holding onto your stack for a period of time before putting you into a new sleeve.
Are you conscious of what's happening?
Whenever you're not in a sleeve?
Yeah.
No.
Well, how's it a punishment?
I kind of thought about that. I'm like, I don't.
It's basically like you take a nap and wake up and you pay for your crime.
Yeah.
So now the stack, you said if the stack is destroyed, you're fucked.
Yeah, if the stack's destroyed, you're fucked.
So it's not like it's uploaded anywhere; it's just right there.
No, but here's the thing though: if one of the main characters is this really rich ass guy whose stack automatically gets backed up onto this like fucking satellite, but it only happens every 4 hours. Here's the premise of the show. This guy comes to the main character. You see the main character, his sleeve gets killed at the beginning and stuff. And he wakes up and find out he was bought by this really rich guy, so he's basically an indentured servant to this guy.
Okay.
This guy is like offering him like a shit ton of money, his freedom, to figure out who murdered him, because he got murdered to the stack before his thing could get uploaded. So like his prior like 3 hours of memory isn't there, so he has no idea who murdered him or why. So he bought this guy who's coming out of Alcatraz just to help investigate on his murder.
So does the stack automatically download from this thing to like a new stack or something?
It gets backed up. So I like the thing that doesn't make sense because the local police think he like killed himself. Or his wife killed him, and I think the wife had like an alibi or something. So like they just came to the conclusion he killed himself. But it wouldn't make sense that he would knowingly kill himself, knowing that his stack would get backed up.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Like how does he come? How does he get it in a new sleeve? Like
I would imagine his wife or someone would just upload it. I don't know.
So you like it?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I'll give this first episode 9 Sparkle Dogs. Yeah, fuck it, I'll give this first episode 10 Sparkle Dogs.
Holy butt fuck!
I definitely I was trying to find time where I wasn't tired this week to watch the next episode because I like wanted to pay attention while watching it, and I'm too scared to start it and like because what if I like either like lose focus or something. I really
gets destroyed, maybe.
My sleeve gets destroyed. I really want to pay attention to this show because I genuinely am interested in everything going on in it.
Yeah.
So high recommendation on that show.
Nice.
You get next.
All right, I have 2 things. One is the entire Hatchet series. So they made 3 Hatchet movies. The last one came out like 4 or 5 years ago or something. And it was a trilogy, so they were done with them. So apparently, Adam Green, this was last year in August. Adam Green, they were doing some anniversary screening of Hatchet, the first movie, and they got everyone together, and he's standing up there with a Q&A, he's just talking, he goes, all right, and he's like, he starts telling a story about how like he had all these personal things happen, he was at a low point in his life, and he was friends with, I guess, George Romero and Wes Craven, and they were both like talking to him. And
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and he was like talking to George Romero, and he's like, I don't know, man. He's like, I haven't even done anything that even matters. He's like, well, what about the Hatchet movies? He's like, whatever. I mean, they're good, but it's like, whatever. And he's like, dude, people love the Hatchet movies. You should just make another one. He's like, dude, I don't know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So George Romero ends up dying, and he keeps telling the story, and he goes, I just want to be honest with you guys. I'm not here to watch the first Hatchet movie. We're watching Hatchet 4. He made a fucking new one in complete secret. All the actors, they couldn't tell anyone they were making. Everyone making it. No one fucking knew. Dude, it wasn't even on the internet or nothing. They didn't have any idea. And he just announced it. People were like, what the fuck? Like, they had no idea.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like, I couldn't imagine going and just like, I get to see a new movie.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that just came out on Blu-ray last week. So I was like, fuck it. I ended up buying it. I got off work Tuesday night. I got home. I watched Hatchet 1, 2, and 3, and then 4 after work at like 2 in the morning. Stayed up all night and watched all 4 of them.
Are they long movies? Or
They're an hour and a half.
Hour
It's
and
like
a half
6 hours of watching. Yeah,
I was going to say probably like hour and a half horror movie.
Yeah. One thing that annoys me that it's called Victor Crowley. I hate when they just like change the names of movies and like
Leatherface.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking there with you. I'm
like, why didn't you just call this Hatchet 4? I hate you. But he even mentioned in the behind the scenes thing how he's like, I don't know what it's called, Hatchet 4, Victor Crowley, whatever. But yeah, I liked it. I didn't like it as much as the first 2. I liked it more than the third one. I like all of them. I think they're really good, dude. They're just like it's like you're watching an '80s slasher movie. It's like you're watching Friday the 13th or something.
Do you know if it's streaming anywhere?
I don't know.
The original, at least any of them.
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up while you're talking about this.
Yeah, that way people can go watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
So I definitely liked it. They had a really awesome mid-credit scene. I don't know if I should spoil this mid-credit scene. We did say spoilers, right?
Yeah.
So the first movie, the main character, I can't remember her name at this moment. She's in the movie. She ends up, dude. It's really cool they do it. The first movie ends right. The second movie starts at the exact same moment that the first movie ended. It came out a couple years later, but it starts at the exact same second. The third movie picks up the exact same second after the second one. Like they take place the moment the last one ended, which is really cool. So it's a trilogy. Dude, the first trilogy takes place in, like, I think 2 days.
I was about to say, that's really cool.
Yeah.
It's like a Halloween 1 and 2.
Exactly. It's exactly like that.
It'd be a shame if Victor Crowley, like, reconned over, like, the second one for some reason, though.
So, this girl is in the first 3 movies, and she died at the end of the third one, or it looked like she died. She wasn't in this one at all. She wasn't in this entire movie. And the fucking mid-credit scene was just her, like, fucking watching what's happening and stands up and she realizes he's still alive, and it ends. And I'm like... Badass! They fucking had the girl from the first one. It was the same actress, Danielle Harris. She was in it. Yeah, it was a really cool mid-credit scene. But I love all the movies. I give the entire series 10 because I love them so much.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I couldn't really just give one at a time, but I give the entire series 10 Sparkle Dogs because I fucking love them.
The first one I was looking all these up. The first one's on Hulu streaming. Okay. Second and third one are not on Hulu, but they're on Amazon Prime if you have Prime streaming.
Okay.
Victor Crowley is not streaming anywhere.
Yeah, that just came out. That's not surprising.
Yeah.
I mean, the first one is great. The second one is great, too. Not as good as the first one. The third one I still like, but it's nowhere near as good as the first 2. So, I mean, they're not like... The third one is by no means as great as the first 2, like I said. Overall, as a series, though, I just love the whole series. So.
Awesome.
But, yeah, I definitely recommend watching it. You go.
Something I forgot to mention about Altered Carbon, there's a lot of fucking sex in that.
Ooh.
Like, not even, like, most of it's not even real sex. It's, like, fucking, like the advertisements. Did you watch Ghost in the Shell at all?
No.
I guess there's, like, holographic advertisements of just, like, robots having sex. Dude, there's tits and shit everywhere.
That's just nothing but a bonus.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The other thing I watched this week... I was looking for some stuff to put on before like bed. It's like 20 minutes long, and I realized I still haven't finished season 2 of F is for Family. So I was watching some of that, and that show's really fucking.
I've watched both seasons. That show's funny as fuck.
Dude, I hear nobody else talk about this show ever. So
Tito watched it. Tito never saw it, and I was like, "You need to watch this." He watched an episode. He's watched the whole thing now. He likes it too.
Dude, I fucking love that show.
Really funny, and it's crazy because it's a cartoon sitcom, but it has an ongoing story throughout the series.
Yeah, like it's really awesome because like even like I don't know, just there's even though it took place in like the 80s, there's still like modern things that you can relate to, like financial struggles, shit like that, or really heavy. Tones or whatever.
Yeah, like
lessons going on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, like, dude, a lot of the stuff, like, there's so many callbacks to things that happen in other episodes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rate it. I mean, I guess I can rate the whole series of what I've seen thus far because I still haven't finished the second season. But
rate it thus far.
Thus far, it's 8 Sparkle Dogs.
I'd go with that's probably. I'd probably agree. Yeah, I think it's really funny. I'm waiting for season 3.
I wasn't sure how to rate that per episode because I only watched like 2 or 3 episodes, but whatever.
I'm watching Star Trek: The Next Generation still.
Yeah, that's a good show.
It continues.
I need to pick that one up again, but I think I'm gonna hit up X-Files before I do that.
The watching continues. There's really only one quick mention was I watched the Best of Both Worlds Part 1 and 2. Dude, so they actually parody this in Family Guy because Seth MacFarlane loved it so much, and this had such an impact on him as it did me when I was a kid. This season, basically this episode is the season finale, and what happens is they introduce these aliens called the Borg. They're just like unstoppable. They're like they can't beat them. They're just unstoppable aliens, and they kidnap Picard in the season finale. And the fucking season finale ends with them figuring out a way to destroy the Borg cube, and they can't rescue Picard. Picard comes on the view screen and he's like, "I'm Locutus of Borg." He's a fucking Borg now, and I'm like, "Fuck!" And then Riker's standing there. He's like, "Worf, fire," and it ends, and I'm like, "No!" And then there was the entire summer I had to wait to find out what happened. I'm like, "Why?" And I'm just sitting here, just waiting all summer, and dude, it was the greatest cliffhanger I've ever seen.
Dude,
so great.
Yeah, you told me about this, your love of this before.
Oh, I love it. So, yeah, I just watched that one, and then I'm listening to the commentaries now, which is really cool because I'm learning all kinds of new stuff, which is interesting. So I'm enjoying it.
Is new stuff interesting?
This new stuff's interesting.
New
it's
stuff
interesting.
is interesting.
Interesting me.
Let me see if I have anything else for you this week.
Anything else?
Oh,
because I'm tapped.
Are you gonna sparkle Doug at Star Trek? Do you dare?
10.
No way.
Next Generation gets 10.
Dude, I need to clear some of this stuff. SmackDown, erase.
Where'd the rest of
Avengers, erase. Cloverfield.
Whoa!
Wait, I didn't understand. I'm sorry. I didn't get it.
You can't erase Avengers.
No, I don't got anything else for you this week.
All right, well that's it. That's the end of this week's real bullshit.
Yeah,
that's our real bullshit. We're gonna take a break and we're gonna be back with a review of The Avengers, and it's called The Avengers, not just Avengers. The movie is called The Avengers.
Oh no, I only read Avengers.
Yeah, so did I. I fucked up. And we're back.
Oh, we're back.
Yeah, get up here, you silly little fucks. We're back, baby. We're back with it. You know what's going to happen this week? We're going to continue. I didn't let you answer. You know what's going to happen this week?
We're going to continue.
We're going to continue the Marvel Cinematic Universe Marathon.
Yes, we
Marvel
are.
Marvel Cinematic Universe Marathon. Can't really say it very fast. We're continuing that as you chomp. You're like chomp. You're like chompy.
Chomp.
We watched The Avengers this week.
Chompy the goat?
Yeah. Is that a guy?
It's a goat.
Is that a dude?
It's a goat.
I don't know if that's a thing. Did I ever tell you I wrote a movie before?
Yes.
It wasn't really a movie. It was just an idea for a movie, and I gave up because it's a lot of work to write a movie. So I kind of stopped.
I did fan fiction for a Spider-Man Venom story, actually.
Oh, yeah. You told me about that. Were you like 10 or something?
No, it was like 2 years ago.
You worked here?
Mm-hmm.
At where we work?
Dude, I hid in the one room and did most of it the one day.
That's really?
Dude, I had the idea, like this idea was just like pumping through my brain. I'm like, I need to write this down. What if I could like sell it one day? My phone that had it broke this, and so
you don't have it anymore?
Mm-mm.
Dude, why wouldn't you put it somewhere? Like all of my good porn I have backed up in like 3 places.
I remember a lot of it, but like not in detail.
Oh.
I can give you some of these.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. All right. What are we doing this week?
I think we're doing Wolverine Origins.
Are we ever going to review all the X-Men movies?
I want to.
Oh. You'll have fun with that.
What?
You'll have a good time doing that by yourself.
I'll do it by myself.
I'm doing it too. I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, well, I don't think we should do this specific. I think it should just be grouped in with the bullshit.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Not our focused movie review for the week or anything.
Yeah.
I got you. All right, let's get into the Avengers.
The Chitauri are coming. Nothing will change that. What have I to fear?
The Avengers. That's what we call ourselves. Sort of like a team. Earth's mightiest heroes type thing.
No.
Quick synopsis. I have, because you're such a fucking asshole and you're a dickhead, I didn't write the cast list down.
Oh no.
I guess we can remember who the Avengers are.
I hope So,
Who plays Agent Hill?
Mark Ruffalo.
You know that's not who her is.
Agent Colby Smulders.
Fuck Smothers.
Smulders.
Like Fox Smolder.
Smulders. Smolder and Molly.
Fuck you. Who plays Coulson?
I don't know.
Yeah, fuck you. If this is written down here, we'd know it was Clark Gregg. Whatever, I fucked up.
I don't think it's Clark Gregg.
It really is Clark Gregg.
Are you sure?
You want to put money on this too, like we bet 6 other times tonight? You lost.
It might be Clark Gregg.
It's not that it might be; it's that it is. It is Clark Gregg. There's no might. It is Clark Gregg. Who played Agent Coulson?
Yeah, that's him. He did write an Avengers comic book. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Graphic novel. Graphic novel called. I think it's something about. I can't figure it out.
That's nice.
Oh, there it is. It is.
Oh.
Avengers Endless Wartime. I have no idea what it's about.
It's probably about a war that goes on forever. Or at least 37 years.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. When Thor's evil brother Loki gains access to the unlimited power of the Tesseract, Nick Fury, who is the director of S.H.I.E.L.D., initiates a superhero recruitment effort to defeat the unprecedented threat to Earth. Joining Fury's dream team are Iron Man, Captain America, the Hulk, Thor, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. The Black Widow and
Ant-Man.
Hawkeye. Not quite yet. Not quite
What about
yet.
Black Panther?
There's already one black person in this. We don't need another one.
Oh, okay.
The Black Widow.
What about Hawkeye?
There's already one Hawk in this. We don't need another one.
Okay.
I guess that's it. I guess that's the synopsis.
Okay, you're done.
Okay,
Excellent.
this movie had a lot to deliver. This is the first time they had a payoff in this cinematic universe, bringing all the characters together. I think that's one of the things that made the movie so special when it came out, that was so anticipated. Because this has never been done before, and I think any series of movies on this scale. So that's pretty... They did a good job. So wait, before we even start the movie, how great is the Avengers theme music?
Really good.
Dude, whenever I put in my Blu-ray and the menu came on and started, I was like, dude, this music is great.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't even start yet.
It was my ringtone for a while.
Was it?
Yeah, dude, I fucking love that.
This is very beginning stuff. I never thought about this, but the Other, that fucking alien guy or whatever, he's called the Other, that's his name, I learned from my subtitles. You know what I'm talking about?
The one who kind of like gets his ass beat around by Thanos or whatever, he gets yelled at, and then Loki talks to him sometimes.
He's talking to Thanos in the beginning of the movie. I never really thought about it, but he is. You just don't see Thanos.
Yeah.
I never thought about it, but I'm like, he's talking to Thanos right now. We just don't see Thanos. I never really...
Yeah, that's a good point, David.
So he's talking to Thanos in the beginning. He sees him at the end. It's kind of a nice bookend in the movie. Thanos is in the beginning and the end. It's kind of not in the beginning.
Thanos is the greatest.
The fuck is wrong with you? First of all, you're talking into a microphone that's not even there. You're fucking drooling and sucking dick. What are you doing over there?
I don't know.
I don't know. All right, so what do you got, man? Go.
So the actor, the Colby Smulders. Smulders. How do you feel about her as Maria Hill?
I'm fine.
Do you think she's intimidating at all?
Intimidating?
Yeah.
No.
Whenever I read modern adventure comics, she's like the current head of S.H.I.E.L.D. and she's I wouldn't say super intimidating, but she has a fierceness about her. And Colby Smulders, I just can't help shake the How I Met Your Mother character from.
But I never saw that show, so you don't. So I never saw that show, but here's the thing: like, whenever I'm like, all right, clearly in real life she would beat the fuck out of me and kill me, no doubt. But it's like, I'm not watching. I'm like, man, she's badass. Like Black Widow, I feel seems far more intimidating than her.
I don't know. Whenever she's like, she seems like a bit like she just seems like she's like, oh yes, Mr. Fury, sir.
She seems like she doesn't seem like a leader at all.
No.
She seems like just a follower, a right hand woman.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I don't know. It's just the actress. I don't think it's necessarily the character itself or how she's written. It's just the actress is very not not. She seems a little more soft spoken than.
So you'd have just preferred a different like delivery and a different actress.
Yeah, a different actress. I don't know.
Okay. You have any choices? Or are you just going to come here and just bash?
Angelina Jolie.
Oh, you just.
I just picked someone.
I think she's badass. She's fucking hot.
She's badass too, though.
You ever see that movie Original Sin? Dude, she gets butt ass naked and fucks Antonio Banderas.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Dude, it's hot as fuck. She's just getting pounded by Antonio Banderas. He's going to town. Balls deep.
Yep.
Balls.
I never saw that movie.
You just watch that one scene. That's the only scene that really matters.
Okay.
I found myself just writing like, this was really great, or this part was awesome, or this is great, and I'm like,
yeah,
it's hard for me to take notes for this.
Yeah, I don't want it to turn into like a circle jerk for the movie.
Yeah. I mean, I think the dialogue with the characters is great. I think the humor in this movie is perfect. Like, there's a lot of really funny lines and a lot of really funny moments with not trying to seem too funny. After I saw Iron Man 3, I remember comparing that movie to this movie and being like, Avengers did a perfect job of making it a hilarious fucking movie, but not like, it didn't stick out, it just flowed. Iron Man 3 was just like, let's just be super funny and not be good at it,
Yeah.
which we'll talk about later. But I thought the humor in it was perfect. I thought it was great.
How did I'm just gonna tell you what I thought. I really wish that they would have given a little more time at the beginning of the movie with Hawkeye's character, because we didn't get we got a little bit of him in Thor, but like we really like I don't know what to like think of him at this point yet. So when he turns bad, I'm like I remember watching it and just like not really like caring that he turned bad. I'm like, okay, cool.
I never really thought about that, but you're completely right.
Really?
Yeah, dude, like, there is no backstory on Hawkeye at all.
Yeah, I'm like,
not that there's a lot of backstory on Black Widow, but she's clearly established from other movies.
Dude, she has a lot of fucking screen time in Iron Man too.
Yeah.
Hawkeye has like no screen time. All I know is that he shoots fucking arrows.
Two things. One, you're completely right. We're not invested in the character at all, and he's the one they chose to turn bad. So you don't care as much. That's a great point. Two, he is by far in this movie the least important Avenger. You know what I mean? He seems like the one that's like, if you're going with like a chart of the Avengers, he's definitely on the bottom.
Yeah, I don't think like it's Hawkeye's fault for not having like superpower. Like they always make fun at poke fun at Hawkeye, and I think it's this movie's fault that he's at the bottom.
Black Widow doesn't have any superpowers. She gets plenty service.
Well,
in the movies.
You want to hear why?
She's a hot as fuck girl.
Dude, she's Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Dude, if you have fucking Scarlett Johansson like in any fucking movie, you got to give her screen time.
Well, let me ask you this. Why is there all this talk for you just answered it, but there's all this talk for the Black Widow movie that no one's ever said, where's the Hawkeye movie?
I want to see Hawkeye.
No one besides Gable has ever said, where's the Hawkeye movie?
You want to know why I want to see a Hawkeye movie? Because
Jeremy Renner's known to get naked.
The chick from Freaks and Geeks is his wife.
Ah.
I wish she was in more movies. I can't remember her name right now. She was Velma. She was Velma in the Scooby-Doo movie.
Okay, now I know who she is.
Yes. Wait.
Daphne is the super hot one. Velma's the one with glasses.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know why I always fucking mix those two up.
Yeah.
Their names. Don't know why.
Scooby's the dog.
Oh boy.
So, yeah, that's a very good point. You make a very good point. I never thought about that, but you're completely right.
Thanks, Dave.
I purposely made this face like you're an idiot as you were telling me, so I would surprise you when I told you how great you are.
Scarlett Johansson's at her peak in this movie. I mean,
for sure.
Yeah,
she's so hot, dude. I like. This is one thing I love about this movie, and this stuck out to me more this time. Every character, I think, because we just watched the other ones all in a row. Every character when they're introduced, each one picks up right where their solo movie left off, which is really cool. Like Thor is still stuck in Asgard; he just gets down there. Loki was just in space, so we found out what happened with him. Captain America, he just got, you know what I mean? He just got
unfroze, yeah.
Even the state of the character and like kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like where they're at, like, in their own world and stuff. Like, they're same, like, emotionally in the same spot they were when it ended.
Even Tony Stark's a little butthurt because he's not allowed in, like, he wasn't, like, accepted in the Avengers program or whatever.
Yeah, like, I feel, Hulk is over where he was left off. He's right over, like, cause even Hulk especially, I'm like, man, he just got done, like, in it ended with him, like, sitting there meditating. I really liked how it just picked up on all their movies where they left off and brought them together. I like that a lot. And
he controlled the character at the end of that movie, remember? Yeah. And he can control the character now.
We have I have a note about that to ask you a question about it, actually. I'm curious of your theory of something.
Okay.
But in regards to that, too, I love all the great moments of just the characters meeting for the first time. Because this is the first time, like, one that I really love was whenever Iron Man shows up and Cap's just like, Mr. Stark, he's like, Captain. Like, it's just such a cool moment, you know what I mean? Like, everyone introducing each other. I like that a lot.
For sure. Early on in the movie, whenever Black Widow is going to recruit Banner, I think in retrospect, it's interesting that they had her go get him. Because, going forward, that they kind of build a relationship around those two characters.
Do you think that was planned?
Because I didn't think before. I thought that was something that they started in Age of Ultron, but, like, looking at it now, like, there is some, like, really subtle flirting going on in this movie. Like, it's very subtle.
You're right.
You can kind of see it in this movie. And my note is that I really hope that there's, like, some payoff in that relationship going forward.
I feel the exact same way. I feel like there's not gonna be.
Well, when we're recording this right now, Black Panther is about to come out in a week, so that's where we are in the Marvel movies. But, like, I do really hope that there's anything that's referencing or
whenever Hulk
adds to the relationship.
And what annoys me about that is in Ragnarok, he's like, there's no mention of her. That's why I don't think they're going to. He doesn't even mention her at all. Her
face is what calms him down, though.
In that one?
Yeah.
I didn't remember that. Is that in the beginning or something?
No, that's whenever Thor's looking for that ship, and they get on the ship, and they turn it on, like,
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
I'm gonna rewatch it. Well, it's not out yet.
I don't know if this is gonna be something that's just isolated in that movie, but it seemed like they were trying to do something with, like, him and that girl. You know what I mean? Like the
yeah, that girl.
There's the only girl in the movie that mattered, really.
Are you talking about Valkyrie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't there, like, some flirting going on with them too?
I don't know, but they announced that she's bisexual, but they didn't put anything about that in the movie.
Who?
Valkyrie.
Oh,
and
really?
I feel like them announcing she's bisexual is a half-assed way of saying she was gay. Like, I think they didn't want to announce she was full gay.
Oh, like in MCU they said that?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Why would you just announce it outside of the movie and make no indication in the movie?
I think that's dumb. Granted, I don't want them to, like, just kind of do what they did in Star Trek, where they just for no reason made the character gay. Like it. But, like, I don't know. They needed to find a happy medium. Maybe something like she just, like, gives, like, a chick a wink while they're, like, having some other important conversation. Like, she's not... when they find her at the bar in the movie? Yeah. Like, what if, like, he's talking to her or something and, like, she's, like, not paying attention, gives, like, a wink over there to some girl or something?
That makes sense.
Something, like, subtle, maybe, but...
Well, was she ever like that in the comic?
Dude, I have no idea. I've never even seen Valkyrie in a comic.
No.
She was like in the Defenders in, like, the 80s, and that's all I can think of.
Let's get back to Avengers. We need to talk about this more when we talk about Thor.
Yeah.
What was that even?
We were talking about the Widow relationship.
Yeah, I really hope that there's something in Infinity War that something happens with it.
It'd be such a huge waste. Yeah. Although it's really weird that they just kind of gave up on Betty Ross, right?
I don't like that. When our Incredible Hulk review, I was like, I wish that they wouldn't. They had her something in it.
Yeah,
it upsets me.
At least, like, say that, like, I don't know, she was pissed at him for some reason. That's why they're not talking.
She got hit by a truck or something. I don't know.
Whatever.
Okay, this is a perfect example. This is the scene where him and Loki are on some mountain talking or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This is a perfect example of one line can fix a plot hole. You know how I am about that. One
Yeah,
line.
yeah.
The Bifrost was broken in the last one, right? But Thor's just here. What the fuck? Loki goes, with the Bifrost gone, how much dark energy did the Allfather have to muster to get you here? Bam. It's explained why he's here. It's that easy. From now on, I'm going to call it the Bifrost line. Whenever I'm like, why don't they have a Bifrost line in here to fix this?
Say it one more time.
Loki said, with the Bifrost gone, how much dark energy did the Allfather have to muster to get you here?
Oh,
It explains why.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like that one line just explained it right there. You're like, okay, that's how he's here. Fine. And they obviously used the test track to get back at the end.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. And I'm like, it's not hard to simply put one line in there to explain a plot hole.
Yeah.
It just takes thought.
You're right.
It takes thought.
Dave's right.
The Bifrost line, that's going to come
I think
back.
I have a Pepper Potts note in here somewhere. No one ever talks about Pepper Potts. There's a line. Fuck! I wish I wrote the exact line down. I wrote my thought on the line down. Tony says something to Pepper when they're having their wine or whatever up at the top of the building. That like, oh, maybe one day your name will be on the building or something. And I think it would be a really cool payoff to see her. Because she took over for the company, right?
Yeah.
I want to see her name on a building.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
They should have done that in 3 with all the other things they did wrong. They could have put that in there.
I agree.
But whatever. I have a question for you here. So, Loki is basically working for Thanos, without it being said, right?
Yes.
You think he knows he's working for Thanos, and that Thanos is providing the army here?
Hold on. I have to walk across your living room. I need some... I'm cold and put my jacket on.
Don't fall over the couch.
All right.
Coffee table.
Do you think what was the question?
Do you think Loki knows he's working for Thanos and Thanos is providing this army?
I want to say no because of the implied shit that's going forward right now.
But even so, like whenever he says, he basically threatens him. Loki, he's like, if you don't deliver, no matter where you are, blah, 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 you're going to pay. And Loki seems like really scared. You know what I mean? Like, if he knew it was Thanos, it'd be cooler to be like, that's why he's so intimidated there. I don't know. It's just like, little things I never thought about before. It's like, does he know it's Thanos? You know?
Yeah.
Like, I wonder.
No, I agree. You would think that would be like a big thing that people are curious about.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like you're so excited about all the other millions of things happening in this movie, you don't think about it.
So much. The scene where they're all together on the helicarrier the first time, I think, is awesome. There's so many funny lines in there, too.
When they're, like, arguing?
No, like, whenever they're sitting around the table, and
okay.
I think it's the one where they're talking about Loki, and he's like, he's crazy in a bag of cats, and he's like, watch your mouth, that's my brother, and he's like, he killed 80 people in 2 days, and he's adopted. It's such a funny line.
Dude, I like the moment whenever Coulson's geeking
out
about
Captain
meeting
America.
Steve, yeah.
Yeah. And then he kind of mentions it on the helicopter, and then he's there and he's just talking about his fucking card set and he's trying to get him to sign them. It's really cool, dude. Whenever Stark pokes Banner with that shocking pen, and he just gives him that stare and looks at him, it's so funny, dude. That's so fucking funny. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Whenever he's trying to, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Let's rewind a little bit to the oh fuck, I don't even know what the fuck. I remember. Okay. Whenever Loki goes into the fucking party that is going on,
okay,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Is this rewinding? I can't. Did this happen at this point already? Whatever.
So they already had Loki when they were on the helicarrier, didn't they? Yeah, because Thor was with him.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's when they caught Loki, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So whenever he's walking through the room, and whenever he scans the guy's fucking eye or rips it out or whatever he's doing, he does it on top of a big fucking golden bull. Which, like, are you aware of the biblical significance?
Is that the what's it called? The Holy Grail or something?
No, it's like a thing of like worshiping false gods. Like there'd be like Moses got all pissed because like everyone's like partying and drinking and having like an orgy around this big giant fucking bull.
Like false idols.
It's a false idol, and that's what Loki kind of is. Like everyone proclaims him as a god.
How did you
and
know
in the
this?
store, I went to a Catholic school.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
12 years.
Nice observation.
Yeah.
12 years and I got this.
Like, it wasn't like any like big mind-blowing fucking thing, but it's just a really small piece of symbolism that's in the movie.
The little things are what makes it, man.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
I really enjoy the moment whenever the old guy stands up to Loki and then Cap stands up to Loki.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking love that moment.
It's really cool.
It's everything fucking Captain America stands for. He stands for the people, and the people are standing up to. Awesome.
It's
awesome
great.
Moment.
And dude, just like, it's so cool seeing like Captain America and Loki. It's like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just
two villain and a hero from different movies clashing.
So Barton's bow is pretty cool. I like how it's small and he like jerks it off or something, like he's fucking it, and it just gets all big. You know what I mean? I want to have that bow.
Yeah, right. The jerk off bow.
Yeah. I mean, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably just put it on like hang it up and look at it or something. Because I'd probably shoot my wiener off if I tried to use it or something.
Barton's bow. What scene made you think of this?
He does it several times. He takes it out of a kit and he's like, and it like gets all big.
Yeah, he just like kind of like whips it and it extends.
Yeah, did you ever see the behind the scenes stuff? Like half the bow's not even there.
Really?
Yeah, half the bow is like CG.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think the part with the string or whatever, anything isn't even there.
I'm moving forward here.
All right, sir. I have a question for you. This is what I was mentioning earlier.
Are you going to go past this moment, or
you need to get all that covered? You go.
Okay. The fucking the initial battle between all the different Avengers that's going on, with like Thor versus Iron Man, where they're fighting each other. Dude, it's fucking incredible. Yeah, and I normally bitch about like groups fighting. They're supposed to be getting along, but this is before they're a team. Yeah, they're just being introduced to one another.
Yeah. It's such a good fight, and it's like so much eye candy in the fight.
When the hammer strikes the shield, it's like a really fucking cool moment because Thor has so much confidence swinging his hammer, and then whenever Cap's just able to defend it, it's a cool moment between characters.
Definitely.
On the helicarrier, whenever was it Tony that points out that guy's playing Galaga over there? Yeah. He didn't think anyone would notice, and I'm like, he's just goofing around. But then at the end of that scene, it goes over to the guy playing Galaga.
Yeah, dude, there's so many funny moments. I just want to mention them all, but there's just so many that are hilarious. Like that.
Am I caught up now?
No.
Okay. A really cool. Oh, what the fuck just happened?
You erased all your Avengers notes.
It went down to the bottom for some reason. Whenever Black Widow is talking to Loki when he's all locked up and shit, and like he thinks that he's broke her, and she like turns around and starts crying, and she's like, and once he says something like, "Oh, you brought the monster," and she turns around, "Oh, that's your play, thanks," and then leaves.
And then it's cool because and it did still affect her, but she's just like pretending it didn't.
Dude, the most awesome thing about this is Loki is the god of mischief, and she just fucking tricked him.
It's true.
That's such a fucking cool thing. Like it just speaks like it speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. I yelled it. I yelled the word volumes.
Loud volume.
It speaks volumes for the character's abilities.
I didn't have a note of this, but I never really thought about how unbelievably like vulgar he is when he calls her a mewling quim.
I don't know what that even means.
He's calling her a cunt.
Really?
Quim is a vagina. It's a pussy. That's what it is.
Really?
Yeah, he's calling her a mewling cunt.
Never do that.
Yeah, I was listening to the commentary. And fucking Joss Whedon is talking about how he's like, we were like, he was talking about how offensive it was and how like demeaning it is to call her because she's a woman just to call her a cunt. And he's like, he wanted to be like to hammer home how like just vicious he was when he was talking to her. And I'm like, dude, I never realized. And I looked up, I'm like, holy shit, he just called her a cunt. That's ridiculous.
Luckily they got that in before Disney got there.
Mewling quim.
Disney obtained this like right after they got done making this, right? Before it came out, I believe.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think this was the first one they distributed, is what it was.
Yeah. Coulson's death. Are you caught up yet, or do I still have a lot going on?
Let me do this. I think this might be in between. I have a question for you. So I mentioned in the Incredible Hulk review, you talked about it earlier, how I took Banner smiling as he learned to control the Hulk, right?
Yeah.
So in the New York sequence, clearly he can control the Hulk. Now on the ship, he obviously cannot control it. Whenever he turns, he's trying to attack Black Widow and kill her. Now, do you think, because this is how I take it as, do you think that he can't control it when he unwillingly becomes Hulk?
That's exactly what I was going to.
You think so?
I was like, well, the times that he's been able to control the Hulk is when he initiates it.
Yeah.
If someone else gets to the point where it isn't self-initiated, then it goes past his level of control.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking too. I was just curious on your take on that.
Yeah. Coulson's death. I like how I guess it should be a little more obvious, but I never really thought about what a huge role it plays in the team staying together going forward, and how that is like that's the spark that starts like the Avengers as the Avengers.
Well, I think having just watched them all in a row, I picked up on a lot more too. Like, because you just saw him in Iron Man. He was in the first Iron Man. He was in Iron Man 2. He had little roles in it. Like, and even in this one, when he's talking to, like, Pepper, at the one point he walks in the room and Tony's like, yeah, I'll fly you over to Portland, to talk about, to set him up with that cello girl or whatever. Like, after watching those movies and seeing this one, it seems like it's more of a personal, like, relationship with him and, like, Stark and them and stuff like that. Mm. So, yeah, I can definitely see how, like, watching it this time, it seems more of, like, a big deal to them.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Fury just lying about that?
I think that was. I think. What exactly did he? What was his lie? Like,
he took the cards. He said that his card. He pretended he had the cards on him. And they were all bloody, but the cards were like.
It wasn't really that much of a stretch.
Yeah.
But I think at that point, because you have to. I was keeping in mind because. It's revealed in the TV show that Coulson didn't actually die.
Do they say? I don't remember how.
Dude, I was watching, like, all they called a paramedic, and Fury just told everyone over the comm, like, yep, he's down, he died.
That's it.
The paramedics could have arrived and just, like, been like, oh, it's cool, we got him, and then took him off somewhere else, and then Fury made the decision to let them think that he's dead still.
There was all these theories about it, too, beforehand. Like, he was a fucking, like, android, he was a double, and it's just like, he just lied.
Yeah, that's my interpretation from it, at least.
That's funny.
They really didn't have to do anything, like, crazy, like make him an android or anything. Just have Fury lie to the Avengers and make them think these.
Because I read they were going to explain it in the show. So I didn't know.
We never watched the show. We were going to, but we didn't.
We had to watch more important things.
Whatever.
Like Asians treat me.
Another really cool really funny moment was when Tony's theorizing, or he's describing what Loki is doing. He's trying to figure out what Loki's planning. He's like, oh, he's a diva. He wants to be center stage. He wants a monument that's to the sky with his name on it. And he's just describing the Stark Tower, basically.
He's describing really himself.
Funny. Yeah.
He's really describing himself.
It was a really funny moment.
That is
like
funny.
a really cool, like, description. Like, I don't know, self-evaluation for the character.
I never took it as that, but you're right.
Let's see. I wrote Hulk punch to face is best part of movie.
I have something before that,
Can't
but
remember what that is now.
How about you save that? Because I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Dude, how about when Harry Dean Stanton...
Oh, that's during the battle later.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about when Harry Dean Stanton, he asked Banner if he's an alien? He was in the movie Alien. How great is that?
Oh, fuck!
He was Brett in Alien.
I knew they were... I didn't put that together, though. I knew he was an alien, and I knew he was in this movie, and that they... But I didn't realize from the line.
I was like, that's funny.
Fuck.
Yeah. Okay. The whole battle in New York is by far one of the coolest and one of my most favorite sequences in any movie ever. Dude, it's like 40 minutes fucking long of just nonstop action. It's so long. It's such a long climax for a movie. If this movie was a dick, I would give it the greatest blowjob of all time. That's what I said after that.
Dude, so you watched Amazing Spider-Man, right?
The first one.
Did you ever hear the theory? You know the part where all the cranes get lined up to help them, and the cranes are doing like construction.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear them? Hear someone or hear some sort of conjecture around that the
I did.
that the construction in the city is because of the Avengers.
I heard there was supposed to be some connections in it like that or something.
Yeah, it's interesting to think if that's what, like, if that was supposed to be some sort of Easter egg, that was kind of a main plot line in the Avengers Spider-Man Homecoming movie.
That's a good point.
That's a really interesting shared.
Could it be something that like held over?
Yeah, like something they wanted to do, and then were able to explore it way more when they did Homecoming.
Yeah.
That'd be some cool behind the scenes stuff I want to know about.
Yeah. Dude, the shot circling around them after Hulk shows up and kills Fing's brother, whatever the fuck that thing was.
Infamous dude, fucking scene.
That is a trailer shot if I ever saw one. They're like, we need to film this and put it in every trailer.
That like 25 second span there where it is the Hulk. I think this is all together. Maybe it's not. I think it's the Hulk punching them in the face, punches that thing in the face, and then it leads into them circling together. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's not like one shot.
It's not one shot, but it's really close together.
Yeah.
That's a really fucking
iconic
climax moment of the movie there.
Okay, speaking of great shots, okay,
punch the face.
That's what we're about to end with. This part I'm about to talk about is, without a doubt, my favorite part of the whole movie. It's the one insanely long shot that follows each Avenger to the next Avenger as they're fighting. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
is it like as they're like starting to fail?
It starts. It starts off as Black Widow's on one of those things. Okay, Iron Man flies in. The camera goes to him. It follows him fly up a building, and then the camera goes to Hawkeye, and then Hawkeye shoots an arrow, and then the camera follows the arrow, and then the arrow goes onto the fucking monster, and then Hulk picks up the thing, shoves it in it, and then Hammer uses his fucking Thor and kills it. It's one fucking shot with not one single cut. Dude,
I don't know why I didn't notice that.
Dude, it is like...
I know, dude, like, in retrospect, I'm like, yeah, that did happen,
dude,
but
it's like cinematic, it's a cinematic masterpiece, that shot. It is one fucking shot, and, like, it just follows them, like, it follows Stark, and then it, like, just pans over to Hawkeye. It follows Hawkeye, it pans over to someone else. Like, each Avenger is in the shot, and it's so fucking cool. And then it ends with them crashing it, and then fucking... Hulk and Thor standing there, and Hulk just punches Thor out of the camera.
Yeah, dude.
The punch to the head that you kept asking about.
No, the punch to face was the whenever he turns around and he's like, I'm always angry. That's
okay.
And he turns around and punches that fucking big Maestro the Whale in the fucking nose, and I'm like, this is awesome shit,
dude. Every time I've watched the movie, I've watched and rewound that one shot like 2 or 3 times just to keep watching it because it's so cool.
The now that we
talk about how cool it is.
It's cool. There's other cool stuff I want to talk about,
but not as cool as that, right?
It's actually cool. It's cool. That wasn't as cool at the time, but in retrospect, is even cooler because of the battle and the fight in Civil War. Whenever Cap and Tony are fighting at the end, and he's using his Iron Man blast against fucking Cap's shield, and he's
that's in the shot.
That's in the yeah. I took a note of that. Like, it's a really cool parallel between like then and later on in the story.
Yeah, like
timeline.
Because the thing, what happens is Black Widow's on the thing, and Iron Man flies past her. He lands. He fucking helps fucking Captain America. He does that fucking double team move, and then he takes off, and it goes up to Hawkeye.
Yeah,
that's part of that long
really
shot.
badass.
It's so cool. Dude, you added on to the great shot. That's the best part of the movie.
Yeah, I didn't know about the cool shot, but yeah, sorry.
Next time you watch it, pay attention to that. Oh, it's so cool. It's glorious.
Is it the perfect 10?
It's more than that. Dude, it's so glorious. I have no more notes.
Really? Okay, then I'll speed through these last ones here.
Speed through them.
Well, yeah.
Go faster.
The puny God line from Hulk. Funny. Really great, and then the tiny whimper that comes out of him afterwards.
That's a really funny, and that's called back. It's Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, another really funny and great moment in this movie. No,
they're called Chitauri, not Choo Choo.
I hate you. So at a point in this movie, when the country the country's leaders have given up on the Avengers. They're like, we're just gonna blow up Manhattan. The Avengers are making their fucking stand. They're like, no, we're gonna save it. That's another like really fucking heroic.
Dude, even Nick Fury's like, fuck you guys, and fucking shoots a rocket launcher at one of the fucking...
Dude, yeah, he blows up one of the fucking jets.
In his defense, he just shot the wheel so the guy survived, but still.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then they just fucking... And obviously Stark, fucking, who is it? Captain America early on says, you're not the type of guy to make that sacrifice play. And then it pays off.
To lay down and let the other guy walk across you or whatever.
Yeah, and then he does it.
Yeah, dude, it's a really fucking... it's a glorious movie. This is a glorious movie. The ending epilogue, whenever he says a promise, and then the camera goes to Cap, instantly think about the ending of fucking First Avenger.
Oh yeah.
Whenever he has the
promise. A promise to keep.
That was a very subtle, cool, emotional callback for Cap's character.
Yeah. There was a scene cut out of this where I think it was this movie where Captain America was like, he had a list of things he was trying to do. He had like Star Wars on there, Star Trek, and all these things that happened while he was frozen. And they cut it out of the movie. It was like of him kind of like trying to fit in with like this new time and all the things he's missed. And he had a checklist. Was that Winter Soldier?
It was Winter Soldier.
Was it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes. Positive. Because it's at the beginning, because Falcon even comments on it.
I believe you.
Oh, dude, we're gonna get to see Falcon soon.
Hooray!
Before we had Falcon, watching the movies without Falcon, there's like something missing from it.
For Gable, the MCU's divided to before Falcon and after Falcon.
I think he's underrated.
I'm not a big Falcon fan.
I'm not saying he's like the best fucking thing, but there's just like a small character trait he adds
I like
to
him
it.
better than War Machine, so I'll give him that.
So the post-credit scenes, let's finish up on those.
I already discussed the Thanos one.
You did.
Bookend, baby.
I'm going to bring it back though and discuss the actual dialogue. The other says to Thanos, to challenge them is to court death.
Dude, the first time I saw that, I already knew about the Thanos and death stuff, and I was like, "Is that what that's supposed to mean?"
Dude, that's fucking incredible. Dude, that is not a sign that we were going to get to see the death character, or if what's her name's supposed to be Hela is supposed to be the death character. That they're definitely going with that storyline. I feel.
Can't be a coincidence of dialogue.
Court death. Yeah,
that's what he tried. One of his main thing in the comics was trying to win death.
He was trying to impress death.
That's why he got the gauntlet.
There's a really fucking storyline in the Deadpool comics where
I think you told me about.
Deadpool can't die, but like that's like his thing. Like he wants to be with Death, and Death wants to be with him. But like Deadpool can't die, so there's just like the couple that are like can't be together.
Yeah, it's romantic.
And Thanos apparently curses Deadpool so that he like for sure no matter what can't die.
Yeah.
So that progresses his invulnerability.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. Cool stuff with the death character. Shawarma. I still haven't tried shawarma, and I want to. If I ever saw a shawarma place, I'll try it.
Did you know the reason that Captain America is sitting like this is because he had facial hair, and they were covering it up in the scene?
Really?
Yeah, he'd already grew facial hair for his next movie, and that instead of Henry Cavilling the bullshit, he just sat there like this, and I'm like, that's so funny. He's covering up his beard. Their mustache for it was. Okay, I gave this 145 million Sparkle Dogs. It's written right there.
145 million.
Yeah. No, it gets 10. It gets 10 Sparkle Dogs.
Yeah, I'm gonna also give this 10, but Captain America is still above.
Okay, well, why don't you stop jumping ahead here? We're gonna give our rankings. It's right there.
Oh.
There's your sheet.
All right,
so you go first.
Since I ruined it. Number 1 is Captain America: First Avenger. You already put yours in there. That's why I got confused.
Okay.
I was like, are these Dave's?
I don't want.
It doesn't say Dave.
I was like, I don't want to ruin my Sparkle Dog joke, so I didn't put how many Sparkle Dogs were. Whatever.
Captain America: First Avenger is still my favorite movie that we've reviewed thus far. Avengers, then the Avengers,
Yes.
then Iron Man, then the Incredible Hulk, then Thor, then Iron Man 2.
Okay, mine is number 1, The Avengers, then Captain America, First Avenger, Thor, Iron Man 2, Iron Man, and The Incredible Hulk. And I am battling in my head which is going to be number 1, Guardians or Avengers, because I like this movie so much after having watched it again.
I have a rough idea of what I'm going to have.
I can't even guess until I watch Guardians again.
For me or for you?
For me.
Okay.
So, that's that. Oh, that's it.
The cool thing about Guardians is that you don't necessarily, you can enjoy it you can enjoy all the movies all the time.
Yeah.
But you can, if you're not an avid MCU.
It's still a hilarious fucking movie.
I was going to say, you could just watch that by itself. You don't
Yeah.
even need to be a fan of the rest of the Marvel movies. If you're
Yeah.
just a sci-fi fan, you should be able to love Guardians.
Okay, so that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Let's go get some shawarma.
Okay, let's do it, man. Next week's episode, we're gonna have some news again. Obviously, the real bullshit's coming back, and okay, scratch all of that. We're not having an episode next week. I fucked up.
Yeah.
Instead of an episode next week, we are giving you an Iron Man 3 audio commentary.
Yes, you'll still get your mini wrestling episode and
comics and X-Files. Wait.
I thought there wasn't. This is the last X-Files one.
The one we're going to record soon is the last one for a couple weeks.
Right. Okay, that's what I thought.
There's going to be one more X-Files episode out, and then just a couple weeks off.
Yeah, because I guess this will come out before that.
Yeah, this is coming out Monday.
Yeah.
So we're going to record this Iron Man 3 commentary. We're just going to sit at my place. We're going to watch it and record for 2.5 fucking hours almost.
Here we go.
And just talk.
All right, and hit play, everyone. Go right now.
Oh, them.
Oh.
All right. So
wait, we're doing it next week.
No, this is the Marvel logo's on right now. It's going.
I'm blue, da-boo-dee, da-boo-da, da-boo-dee, da-boo-da.
I forgot about that. Oh, that movie would be great.
Dude, that's just as good as fucking Black Sabbath and AC/DC. So
You
I'm
know
not
what,
sure what
man?
the problem is.
This movie's in for a real bashing because I'm going to be forced to watch it twice in a row.
Am I allowed to drink for this one?
No, because
Damn
we got to watch it to figure out our notes and then watch it again.
Oh, no.
We have to watch this movie twice.
And remember when you do notes to put a lot of like stupid notes in there because we're gonna need time filler.
I'm gonna print out a bunch of movie trivia about it too.
Good idea.
Yeah, I have plans.
Oh, print out the movie trivia before you watch it so you can timestamp where to say it.
Good thinking. You're smart. Mm-hmm. You contribute. I don't care what anybody says, even your mom.
All right.
You contribute. All right, so that's it. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe to us on Breakroom BS. Go on Instagram, Twitter, the links are all there. Go to SoundCloud if you want to go there for some reason. Listen to the new episodes. That's it. So we're out. You guys have a good one, right, Gable?
Yep. Eat some shawarma.
Yeah, some shawarma.